I just got some cheap pantyhose because this tranny is dirty, so I can't replace it with totally clean fluid because it'll have a nervous breakdown. I learned that from an old mechanic in Panama City, Florida years ago. He said, you change that tranny now, it'll blow up. So the easiest way to do it, and it's been really good for me, is to change part of it, or half of it. So I'll take these pantyhose and put them over this tube. Put like 1 foot in there. If you have just little socky ones, it's even better, because then it's real quick. Pantyhose are a handy item. Back before these transverse mounted engines, one leg of pantyhose you could tie around a pulley and a belt, and it'd take you 40 miles. True story. I've done it. I didn't believe it. Some old country guy told me that. And I moved to the south. Okay, so I've got this little stocking in here. Pull it up a little bit because when it starts accumulating grit, it'll kind of clog it. So make sure that it's not going to fall down in there and clog your tube. Okay. And I'm going to filter this fluid out, and I'm going to divide it like in half or so. Okay, so I had these 2 pianos came out of the tranny and some that went in the ground, but not much. Okay, and I'm going to pour this in here slowly and fill this gallon. Try not to get this stuff on anything because it will eat paint and all kinds of cool stuff. Even though it's mucky and dirty, like I say, it's supposed to be bright, hot purple, pinky purple. As soon as this starts filling up more, it'll weight it down a little bit on the bottom. See, it's got goo in it, so it's filtering it out. Tighten it up a little. There we go. Okay. Oops. Pouring it crooked. Had it going good the first time. Lost about a half a quart there. Dirty job. But I've never had trouble changing the tranny yet by filtering fluid out and splitting it in half and putting fresh fluid in and half used fluid that's sifted out. So far. Done it for a long time. Ever since that guy told me my transmission would blow up when I just took it in to have it serviced. Because I just got the car and the fluid was really dirty. Okay. It's like about half a quart on the ground, so I gotta keep track of that. This is a 7.9 quart system, so it takes just under 8 quarts to fill it with fresh fluid, or any fluid, without draining the torque converter, but the longer it sits, with the parts off, it's going to keep draining. I'm not draining the torque converter, but it's going to drain a little bit. Okay, this is full. Run this back over here. Okay, now I'm going to take and pour half of this gallon out into this. I don't know. You think we should go more? I'm thinking I don't have much in here. Well, we'll just do that one, split it in half. I'll pour a little bit more out. That's good. Okay, that's sifted. Now, I'll lay this down clean. And then I'm going to take, I love this stuff. This is Max Life by Valvoline. But I like it because, and it's full synthetic. I use all full synthetic products. They burn real clean, they don't get goobed up. And they work really well, they last a really long time. Like several times more than the cheap stuff. This works for Dex 3, Dex 2, and Dex 4, and a few other products. So all my cars use like Dex 3 and Dex 4. So when I have any left over, I can use it on another car. So I just use this because it's kind of a multi-use. And it seems to do okay. I haven't had any trouble. I've never had to rebuild a transmission yet. But I started using this, I guess about a year ago. So I'm going to go and fill this up with fresh, which makes a gallon. Oops. I'm going to use these bottles to fill this up so I can take it to the parts house, put that old stuff in there, and take it to them so they can recycle it. Because you're not supposed to pour it into the dirt or the ground, anything like that. You're supposed to recycle it. It's not supposed to even go in the trash can. Put some in here. So that makes the first gallon that came out. And then I'll pour this into the car after I put my pan on and my new filter, and sift that one out. Take about half of that one out. And I can measure it by using this gallon tub. After I fill this into my tranny, I'll split this in half and put fresh fluid in, sift it out, and then we'll put it into the car. So, I gotta put the top on there. And whatever you do, don't ever wipe a tranny filter kit with one of these red rags because all the lint will clog up your transmission. Don't do it. Okay, while I'm here, I'm going to check my filter and see if it matches this new filter, EK190, and see what I got. There's a gasket that we don't have to have because we have a permanent gasket that came with it. Well, this looks like it's about right. Please read instructions. I've done this a million times, so I don't think there'll be anything new. Now this one, oddly enough, has a thing to hold it on. Maybe I better look at that. Let's see, because it's a hair different. It looks like the same thing. Always check your parts. Now sometimes they revise them. Okay, that's right. Okay. Alright. Sometimes they revise these parts, and it's a new revision that you won't even know about, and it will look a little bit different. You can always call your parts house and ask them about it. Look it up online, or read the paper and see if they have a new revision. Okay, reusable pan gasket, that's what we have. This is the one that's over here in the ground that I don't need. It says please reuse it if it comes with that kind of gasket. It's not crushed buttholes, breaks, or cracks. Mine's real good. Okay. Do not reuse a damaged gasket. That's true because it'll leak. Okay, it doesn't say anything about this thing. There's a little piece on here. Now there may be one up in my transmission that didn't come out with the unit. This doesn't look like it slides off. So I'm going to have to check it and see if there's a piece in there, because there's not one like this on that one, or if this will just go ahead and slide in. It might be a revision where it fits tighter or something. So I will do that, and we'll start loading the pan on. This one will snap right back in where the other one went. Just do it very, very carefully. Try not to touch anything else or break it while you're doing this. And this one will go. And it goes like that in the hole. Like that or like that, something like that. And I'll go ahead and load that into the tranny. Let's see where we're at, and I'll let you know if there's any differences. Alright, I'll see you in a bit.